flies overhead, occupied by a couple of posh wankers. They're traveling to their weekend retreat, a high-end Airbnb in the middle of nowhere. With no neighbors for miles, you know it's only going to take a few minutes to get down to the gobbies. This is followed by a scene-setting interlude in which Rich gets a call from just checking in. We find out he feels bad about his choices in life. Just things are so hard, you know? Kids and whatnot. Nice job, a-hole. The next morning, Jen goes to casually grab a snack and is startled to discover they're not alone. Their intimate weekend has been crashed by Rich's business partners. They have a tradition of meeting up for a yearly trophy hunt and showed up a couple of days early. Later, they hang out by the pool and basically jizz their pants when Jen arrives. Then they enjoy the debauchery of wine, cigars, and pro wrestling. Dimitri takes the concept of the male gaze to extreme heights as he unsubtly gawks at Jen through binoculars from short range. Rich reveals to the group their helicopter pilot provided some peyote for the weekend, which he thinks is too dangerous, so he gives it to Jen to hide away somewhere. Then she comes back to put on a cheeky little dance show for Stan, who stands there for a bit before providing a few lame photographs. Having seen enough, Rich drags her off, caveman style. The next morning we discover that, having shared the intimate ritual of salsa semi-dancing, Stan considers Jen his property. Rich is away for the morning and Dimitri's hungover, so Stan reveals his charms by standing around and staring. Apparently waiting for her to just jump on his dick. He breaks out a classic one-eyed peep, which she tries to play off, then sits down to talk to her, Sam's chin. He asks her,
"What is it you don't like about me?"
Your entire team. Unable to take the constructive criticism he asked for, he escalates the situation. Dimitri walks in momentarily and, given the choice, he shows his true dirtbag character, walking away as Stan rapes her. Rich shows up and momentarily acts like an ally, only to eventually reveal that his solution is less about justice and integrity and more about getting her a job in Canada. When she mentions his family, it firmly turns him against her. She gets upset and runs off, and they give chase, each according to their varying degrees of fitness. Rich fakes a call to the chopper to make her comfortable and then pushes her off the cliff. He insists they go on their hunt and then come to handle her body later. Afterward, they're to go home and act as normal as is possible for a trio of business bro psychos. Jen manages to eventually wake up and weaken the tree, allowing her to get off it and drag herself to a hiding spot. They show up after finishing their Mad Max cosplay to find the tree empty, meaning they're now hunting the most dangerous game. They follow the trail of blood to a body of water and their eyes to find it. We see that she ended up in the east direction and comes upon an opportunity to Unfortunately, that crafty bastard likes to feign vulnerability to attract his prey. She responds to this news by a double tap into the night. She then drives off and pulls a gas lamp out to find shelter in a cave. She's momentarily distressed at the fact that she's now part tree, but then remembers the peyote. As we all know, if there's anything that goes well with it's guns and teasers. So she then proceeds to trip balls and cauterize her wound. Rich wakes up Stan in a charming way. They apparently assume Dimitri's absence is all good. Stan washes up in the river only to find the water unsanitary. They dispose of the body lazily and then come up with a new clue that involves continuing to search. Meanwhile, Jen wakes up and finds the peyote trip to be the best decision of her life. She's all healed up, full tank of blood, and new tattoo. She doesn't get far. Bro. Turns out all the positives just mentioned are still true, but she finds herself inside a nesting doll of dreams before waking up for realsies. Afterwards, she gets to high ground and surveys the land. The boys have found the four-wheeler, so they know she's close. They split off again with a plan to trace a large circumference, meeting back at their current position if they don't find her. Jen catches a glimmer from Stan checking his face in the mirror, then spies his Range Rover coming into view. She pursues him as he slowly makes his way up the mountain. When he has to stop for gas, she takes the opportunity to try her new artillery. She sets him in her sights, patiently waits for the right moment, and then takes her shot, winging him severely. And if I could coin a phrase, the hunter then becomes the hunted. As she descends upon his location to finish him off. Unfortunately, he has vacated the area. Fortunately, he's leaving a rather obvious trail of blood. He's running off like a wild beast, but manages to see his trail and attempts to stop the flow. This allows him to give her a slip as she ends up past him, giving him time to trace a bead on her. However, his injury makes accuracy problematic, and he only manages to gauge her ear, which goes well with the new tap. She runs off and smashes her flashlight glass along the way, knowing he's partially bootless. This works way better than expectations as he trips and screams like a little bitch. We then experience the joy of lingering on his gaping wound for a period of time as Stan, determined to remove the glass, basically makes finger love to his foot, although he does eventually remove it. Now insane with rage, he gets the rover and rockets down the dirt path, but Jen is able to coolly put a slug through his headrest. Meanwhile, Rich has been unable to raise Stan on the radio, so he eventually packs it in and heads home. He decides he's a quitter and calls in the chopper, making sure to mention the others have already left in the airport. Then he goes to get cleaned up and reflect on his poor behavior. He thinks he hears something, so he gets his gun and clears the house. Falls to the wind. Thinking he's good to relax, he takes a seat in the main room, only to look out and see Jen. He attempts to talk, but she has no chill and opts to turn a portion of his torso into hamburger meat instead. They basically run in circles around the main portion of the house before he calls time out to try and stop his bleeding, even though he's basically lost all of his blood already. They continue running until Jen slips and falls. This gives Rich a momentary advantage, but he squanders it on lectures, which, to her, only sounds like a grown-up in a Peanuts animated special. And then she interjects with that full, hardcore penetration, followed up by a kill shot. She then wanders out into the sunlight as sounds of the helicopter roll through the